In this angle, you can definitely see the baby bump. He's getting big. He's a big boy. So I'm just frying some chicken right now and browning it on one side. I'm gonna flip it and do the same. This is my recent purchase of perfumes. This is the Lancome Idole perfume. I was like, sir, I am high risk. I don't care what you say. I was high risk for my last two. It makes no sense why I wouldn't be high risk for this one. Hi. Hi. I feel like we haven't talked for so long because we genuinely haven't. I've been feeling like how I look. If you're like wondering, like, Dominique, how have you been? How's it been going? This is how I've been feeling. Like, if you needed a picture of how I've been doing, it's this. I've been feeling so sick and so down for the last like 3.5 months. If you don't know by now, I'm pregnant. Let's catch up. I'm pregnant with my 4th child, and let me tell you, this is like the hardest pregnancy so far that I've ever had. I'm so emotional and emotionally drained. Like, I just haven't been feeling good. And I haven't had any motivation or, you know, any inspiration to get up and do anything. I've generally just been feeling so low. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. Like, I don't do my hair. I haven't, you know, done my skincare even. Oh my gosh, I haven't done my skincare. Like, I'll just shower out of necessity just because like I have to, because I don't want to be like so stinky. But I won't even do my skincare. Like, I don't have energy to do it, and I just generally don't care. So recently I've been starting to feel like a little bit better. So I decided to take advantage of this opportunity and film and say hello to you guys. And also I want to fix this. Like, I want to take care of myself today. We're gonna do some self-care, show some self-love. I hired a cleaning lady. I know, that's what I'm saying. I've never had a cleaning lady before. So trust me when I tell you I was not feeling good. Like, I haven't cleaned my house in months. You know, I was just leaving it all up to the kids and up to my husband. I was like, do as you will. Try to clean up, do your chores, tidy up as you go. But honestly, the extent of my cleaning has probably been an occasional wipe down and doing laundry. But for the most part, I generally haven't been cleaning, and I was so over it because you know I like to clean. You know I like to clean, and I need a clean space so I can have like a mental like clarity as well. That's why I like everything clean and everything clear in my home. Like, I don't like anything like too loud. I don't like vibrant colors in my house. I just want to, like, I want that plain Jane, you know, people say it's boring, just white, simple, clean home. Because my mind, I'm telling you, she can race. She can go and go and go. And I need her to just stay calm and quiet and collected for the most part. So the fact that I haven't been cleaning my home has really just been adding to like my really bad mental state of mind. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to hire a cleaning lady. I need somebody to help me. And you know, like, my kids and my husband, like, they help, they clean, but they don't clean like how I would clean. And so I hired this cleaning lady, and thank goodness she actually cleans really good and to my standards, and she's really easy to work with, and she's really nice, and she's affordable. So that's also really good. So I've decided to just bite the bullet and just hire a cleaning lady. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I hired a cleaning lady. And she was like, what? Like, her face. I don't know if it's just like, if it's like a Filipino thing, or if it's like a Black people thing, or just like an ethnic minority people thing in general. Like, you don't hire cleaning people. Like, do we hire cleaning people, or we clean our own house, right? I don't know, that's how I was raised. So to hire a cleaning person was a whole different experience for me, but I'm so glad I did it, and I highly recommend it, because sometimes you just don't have the energy or motivation. And honestly, I think I'm gonna keep this cleaning lady even after. But I am going to put some oils in my hair, because my hair is just so like look at this. Like, it's not supposed to look like this. If you're not sure how my hair is supposed to look, it ain't supposed to look like this, okay? So I'm gonna put some oils in my hair and leave these in for a little bit, and hopefully just let it soak up all the good stuff so my hair can be soft again. Because honestly, like, my hair, let's zoom you out. There you go. Honestly, my hair has just been so dry. Like, I've never had my hair feel this dry before, and I don't know if it's because I haven't been personally taking care of it like I usually do, or if it's the pregnancy. We are going to shower. To be honest with you, like the only reason I feel like I'm able to do a shower like that is because I don't have the baby. He's at his aunt's house, so that just gives me time to like, you know, do what I want. I feel like the reason why, well, a part of the reason why I feel like this pregnancy has just been like so much harder for me is because I'm not just like pregnant by myself. You know what I mean? Like when I was pregnant with Ian, I had the 2 older kids, yes, but they were able to take care of themselves because they're self-sufficient. Like they're old enough, they go to school throughout the day, like they don't need me as much as a small baby does or a toddler. And so being pregnant and having a toddler is just such a different vibe than just being pregnant by yourself. And I've never experienced this before because every time I've been pregnant, I've always had an older child who was able to take care of themselves for the most part. And so this whole experience, having to take care of a toddler, it ain't for the weak. And especially being pregnant on top of all of that, yeah, it's a lot. That definitely has been like my biggest challenge so far, is just being able to adjust. And I'm trying to adjust quickly because this baby's gonna be coming here and it's gonna flip the switch even more, I feel like. So I found that, you know, leaning on family and using help has been super beneficial for me. But honestly, I'm not that type of parent. Like I'm a take it all on by myself type of parent, especially when it comes to my kids. You know, I usually just, when it comes to my kids, I do everything and I do it by myself. Or I'm able to kind of lean on my partner, you know, I feel comfortable doing that. But as far as like putting my baby with other people, it makes me a little bit like anxious. But I've been kind of leaning more on the help and accepting it. And today, like I said, I just needed like a moment and a break to breathe because for the last few months, it's been just really hard, honestly, for me. So I just let my son go with his aunt and he loves it over there. He has so much fun. This is the mousse that I've been really liking. It's by Pattern. It's their curl mousse. And honestly, I really like it. I saw an influencer use it on TikTok and I'm like, dang, her curls were really popping out. So I was like, ooh, let me try this brand. And to be honest with you, I like it. I honestly just put it in my hair, like, and just let my natural curls just take over. Okay, so we want to smell good. So I think what we're gonna go for, let me smell this one. This is my recent purchase of perfumes. This is the Lancome Idole perfume. And honestly, I haven't gotten to use it that much because right when I bought it, I found out that I was pregnant and the smell just kind of threw me off. Yeah, it smells so good. I know it smells so good because obviously I bought it, but now that I'm pregnant, it's just so strong for me. So I think out of all these smells, the one that's been working for me is the Valentino. And this is like the light orange one. This one smells super light and fresh, so I think I'm gonna go for this one. So I definitely can't use like any perfumes that are like super strong. I need something light. I'm gonna be using my Valentino perfume. This is like the light peach one. This one smells really good. It's like light, it's clean, and it's very fruity. And it smells very girly, really nice for summer. I feel good, I feel ready. Even without makeup, like I feel like so much better. One thing I will say that I've been missing a lot is cooking. I love to cook. I love to do my self-care, my skincare. I like to do my hair. I like to take care of myself. You know, these are things that like make me feel like I'm doing a good job or that I feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? Things that make me happy, amongst other things, of course. but I've always been cooking. You know I love to cook and I love to clean too. So I'm just frying some chicken right now and browning it on one side. I'm gonna flip it and do the same. I went to Williams-Sonoma today and I bought a new knife. I've been needing a new knife. This one, I've been dying for it lately, and it's the Miyabi knife. I swear, nobody's allowed to touch this knife but me. Nobody. I also got this sauce from Williams-Sonoma too, so I'm just gonna put it in the chicken along with some heavy cream, and I think it's gonna be really good. And Nathan made some rice. In this angle, you can definitely see the baby bump. He's getting big. His big boy. So I already took the chicken out. It looks so good. So now we're gonna pour in this sauce. I also put the onions in to saute, and they're looking pretty good too. Let me show you something. Yum! Look at all that brown stuff. Oh yeah, scrape that off. And that's all the flavor, girl. Then I'm also gonna put some heavy cream too. Just like about a quarter cup. Then you take your spoon and you scrape off all those bits. Ideally, you wanna do like wine or maybe some broth, but I don't have any wine, unfortunately. I wish I did. And then also, I didn't want to go and deal with the broth situation because I have like a concentrate, and then he would like mix it with boiled water. Like, it's a whole process. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't have like just the broth itself. So this is fine. Just scrape off the bottom bits. Oh yeah, this is about to be so good. I can smell it already. Kids are actually playing quietly this morning, so that means I have time to take care of myself. I don't know what's in the air, but I'm not going to disrupt the vibe. I turned on some relaxing spa music on my Alexa and they're playing quietly, so I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity and I'm gonna do my skincare. I love this face soap by Dermalogica. This is like my 4th bottle going through it. It's such a good exfoliant. I literally haven't done my skincare so long I forgot to put on my little headband. You know what I haven't done? I haven't washed it in a while. And the only thing that's been helping me not feel so puffy during this pregnancy is the fact that I've been just chugging like 3 water bottles a day, which is absolutely more than what I usually do. I know that's awful to say. You're supposed to drink water. You're supposed to drink a lot of water. And I have not been doing that, like, ever. And so that's one good thing with this pregnancy is I'm drinking and chugging so much more water than I normally would, which is definitely a positive. I forgot how good it feels to gouache in my face. It's been so long. I bought this new sunscreen from Tatcha because I love the brand and I wanted to try their silk sunscreen. Let me just say, if you have darker skin, this is not going to be the vibe for you because it does leave like a white cast on your face. This is perfect for Nadia, so I just let her use it. But my OG sunscreen that I always use, the Unseen sunscreen by Supergoop, this one never fails me. I'm gonna go put this baby down for a nap so I can clean up my kitchen because I made a mess during breakfast. Like, the stove is super greasy. Say hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Finally got some blackout curtains And let me just say, Ian's been sleeping so much better. Like, I wish I would have gotten these like a long time ago. I've been trying to get seen by my high-risk doctor. I don't know if you remember, but my last pregnancy, I was high risk, and when I was pregnant with Nadia, I was also high risk. So some things have been going super weird with this pregnancy so far. For a little bit of context, I went to my OB like as soon as I found out I was pregnant, and I brought to his attention that, you know, I was considered high risk for my last pregnancy, and I came to this office last time with my last pregnancy as well, and they went ahead and sent me over to the high risk doctor and hospital, and I wanted to know if he was going to do the same thing this time around, because which I assume, yes, you know, not much has changed in 2 years. Like, I'm still considered high risk in my opinion, right? I also asked him to put me on progesterone shots, or McKenna shots, that's also what they're called. So the reason why I had to go on those shots in the first place is to prevent preterm labor, because with my very first pregnancy with Nathan, I went into preterm labor at like 27 weeks. So for the last 2, I've been taking those progesterone shots. And so this time around, I'm like, okay, you know, I have an idea of exactly what's going to be going down this time. You know, it's a little bit fresh in my memory, considering the fact that I just had my, you know, last son not even 2 years ago. And so I'm talking to my OB, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to go ahead and put me on progesterone shots, and you're going to send me over and give me a referral to go over to the high risk doctor. We're going to do the whole shebang all over again. And he goes, actually, they've discontinued the progesterone shots, the McKenna. You can no longer get it on the market. The FDA has pulled that from the market, and they're not approved anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean they're not approved anymore? Like, I was literally using it for, if you want to do a grand total of 9 years, it was on the market, because I had it with Nadia, had it with my last pregnancy with Ian, and now I'm expecting it to do it with this one. And he's like, yeah, no, they discontinued it, and it's no longer approved by the FDA, so you cannot get it on the market. You can't even pay out of it. You can't even pay for it out of pocket on your own. And I'm thinking, like, first of all, the FDA's flipping and flopping like a pancake of what they think is approved and what shouldn't be approved is a total conversation on its own. But I just think that's so ridiculous that all of a sudden it's just not approved anymore after 9 years of me being, you know, to knowledge of it, that it's been on the market. And I was like, well, why is it not approved? Like, I've been using it and I've been on it for the last 2 pregnancies. How come it's not approved anymore and I can't use it for this one? And he goes, there's not enough proof, I guess, or studies showing that the progesterone shots actually work and help in preventing preterm labor. And I'm like, 2 out of my 3 pregnancies proved that, you know, the McKenna shots or the progesterone does help prevent preterm labor. I was able to bring my last 2 children, my last 2 pregnancies, to full term by taking those progesterone shots. So I don't know if it's some type of placebo effect or if it actually did work for me. But the fact that I'm not able to take it or even get access to it or pay for it out of pocket on my own, which I was willing to do. I was willing to pay out of pocket for it. But the fact that I'm not able to do that, I'm just kind of like a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit nervous. And so I'm just like, hey, so all right, you know, there's nothing we can do about the progesterone shots. I guess I'm gonna have to let that boat just sail away. But what about my high risk? I want to get seen by them because I still have history of preterm labor, and at this point you're kind of telling me like there's not much I can do. So what if it happens again? What are we going to do to prevent it? What are the preventative measures that we're going to take so I don't go into preterm labor again with this pregnancy? And he's like, honestly, like I said, there's not enough proof or whatever to show that the reason why you went into preterm labor is due to low progesterone and yada yada. So I honestly don't see any reason why you're high risk right now. I was like, sir, I am high risk. I don't care what you say. I was high risk for my last 2. It makes no sense why I wouldn't be high risk for this one. I don't want to be the guinea pig. Okay, and I do not want to be the experiment where it's just like, okay, well, we're going to take her from progesterone. We're going to see if this, in fact, doesn't work. And if she does go into preterm labor and something happens to the baby, then we'll go ahead and mark that as a little check as like, oops, we should probably get the progesterone back on the market for these pregnant mamas who need it. And I'm kind of just like, no, I need every absolute precaution to be made to make sure that I have a healthy pregnancy and my baby gets delivered healthy, okay, and full term. And so I am just not a fan of his diagnosis at this point. So I'm kind of looking into trying to get a different opinion and a different OB. I'm just like really uncomfortable with the fact that he's so nonchalant about my pregnancy, because I mean, I'm sure you can understand where I'm coming from for the fact that I've been high risk for the last 2 pregnancies, and also I have a preterm labor, and my Nathan was so tiny. Like, I had another girl that I grew up with. She also went into preterm labor, but her baby was born at 6 months, and her baby didn't make it. The baby needs to stay inside so the baby can grow to full term until it's ready to come out. So I'm just like really frustrated with my doctor and with the nonchalant attitude of not trying to make sure that, you know, that I'm not taken seriously at this point. I told him, I was like, okay, I was looking through my older videos when I was pregnant with Ian. I was like, what was I doing? You know, what were they testing me for? How many times was I going in? Because with my last pregnancy with Ian, who that was less than 2 years ago, by the way, was considered high risk. So basically, I told my doctor, I was like, look, I need you to just check my cervix every 2 weeks to make sure that it's still long. And if there's something else, I think there's like a little, I don't know, there's something that they would insert up until the point of 28 weeks if your cervix is shortening, which obviously means if your cervix is getting shorter that you are going into labor soon. You know, that's what happens. So we need to make sure that my cervix is nice and long because it shouldn't be shortening nowhere near right now anyways. So I've been trying to get this referral sent over from my OB to the high risk doctor, and I just got off the phone with the high risk doctor, their office anyways, and trying to make an appointment. And the girl was telling me like, no, I'm unable to see, you know, the referral that was sent over. I was like, listen. I talked to my OB's referral office, and on the 19th, I gave her dates. Okay, you gotta have receipts, you gotta have dates. And so I was like, hey, like on the 19th I called, on the 18th she confirmed that she sent it, and she faxed it on over, so can you please check? So she checked, and she was like, oh, I can't see it. I was like, listen, I've been trying to make an appointment. I am closing in on, you know, coming in on 17 weeks. At 16 weeks, I was supposed to be taking progesterone shots at this point and already be transferred over to the high-risk doctor. This is what happened last time when I was pregnant with Ian. So I'm already feeling like I'm behind. And so I'm trying to play catch up here and make sure that everything is moving smoothly with my pregnancy. And so I'm like, can you check again? Check again for the 18th specifically and make sure that there was no fax. So she checks again. She's like, oh, I do see it. I'm sorry for the mistake. That was... Basically, she was like just apologizing that she clearly, you know, went over it. And I'm like, how long have you guys been sitting on this referral and haven't scheduled me? Like, this hospital is so hard to get into on its own. So just trying to like deal with all of this is like super stressful, and it's taking a lot of time. And I feel like I don't have enough time to spare. You know what I mean? I need to make sure that everything's okay with my baby. And so my next appointment with my actual OB isn't until next week. And I'm going to present all of my concerns to him again. And I'm going to tell him, look, sir, you know, I think I need you to transfer me over there. You know, whether you think I'm high risk or not, like I would prefer being in that hospital, you know? And also I gave birth in that hospital, so I kind of like know my way around and I know what to expect. So it's a nice hospital. It's clean and it's also new. So I'm just like, I feel more comfortable going there. Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with so far with this portion of my pregnancy. And I'm really just trying to like put this all behind me and get into this office so I can just be done. Like, after this little hill that I have to go over, I feel like it's gonna be a little bit better with scheduling appointments at least. And one thing about myself, let me just say, is I've just recently started to advocate for myself, I suppose, a little bit harder. Put anybody else in front of me, like my kids, my husband, my family, my friends, I will go hard and advocate for them, and I won't stop until, you know, we've achieved the results that we wanted. But when it comes to myself, sometimes I honestly can be a little bit of like a passive person when it comes outside, I guess. Like when I'm comfortable with my family or anything like that, like I can speak up, you know, and like say what I need to say. But doctors or like, you know, other high authority type figures, I don't know, I just feel like, you know, I don't speak up enough, and that's usually when I end up getting upset. And it's not like I'm upset with everybody, I'm more upset with myself because I didn't advocate for myself. And so that's something that I'm trying to do, and that I've just started to accept in my mid-30s, that you need to go ham for yourself also, and you need to advocate for yourself. And if something doesn't feel right, speak up, and don't be afraid to say what's on your mind, because if you're not going to advocate for yourself, who is? And you're going to feel disappointed in yourself that you didn't speak up, especially when something goes down and you knew like you knew you should have said something. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than the feeling of like, I knew I should have said something, and then something goes down and you're like, you have no one to blame but yourself, you know? So I don't want to put myself in that position. I'm speaking up and I'm going hard for myself and for my baby. So hopefully they get this squared away and I'm able to get transferred over to this high-risk doctor and get the rest of my care with them. And like I said, girl, my next appointment is coming up next week with my OB, and I'm gonna let him know. I'm like, sir, I don't like your nonchalant attitude with, you know, the fact that you are not concerned that I have a high-risk pregnancy, because I am not about to be your guys' guinea pig. And I'm not about to be your statistic. I want to make a strawberry crumble. So we're gonna need strawberries, coconut sugar, lemon, vanilla. You're gonna need cornstarch or arrowroot powder. I prefer arrowroot powder, but I don't have any. And I don't have cornstarch. So we're just gonna have to like improvise and use flour. And then so you need the lemon and then coconut sugar and flour. We're doing an easy lunch today, and what we're gonna be doing is some Annie's cheesy ravioli. Should I make 3? I should probably make 3. I feel like 1 is enough for maybe your brother only. This is gonna be easy, and it's gonna feed all 3 kids, and everybody's gonna be happy. And it's not too messy. Sometimes you just gotta do, you know, some raviolis. Or some, what are those other ones called? The little O's? I don't remember. I can't think right now. But you know what I'm talking about.